Good afternoon, Belize. It's midday, and you tune into the news at noon, where we bring you the latest updates from around the country. I'm Isana Cayetano, and here's what's making headlines today. Mexico on edge after El Mencho's killing sparks nationwide violence. Meanwhile, Belize issues travel advisory for citizens heading to Mexico. Unitedville rocked by deadly Creekside shooting. And jealous rage turns deadly. Marlon Tiny Usher stabbed to death. These stories are coming up in just 1 minute.
Every night, I bring you the stories that matter, delivering the facts with professionalism and heart. As an anchor, my goal is to keep you informed, connected, and engaged with the world around us. But the news isn't just about the headlines. I'm Sabrina Daly, and each week we look on the bright side with stories that inspire, uplift, and celebrate the strength of our community. Join me every night as we uncover stories that inform, inspire, and connect us. I am News 5.
Welcome back. Mexico is reassuring a shaken nation after violence exploded across 20 states following the killing of cartel boss Nemesio El Mencho Oseguera on Sunday. President Claudia Sheinbaum insisted the country was calm, quote, at peace, she said, even as schools stayed closed. Flights in Puerto Vallarta were suspended, and security forces swept Jalisco after 25 National Guard troops were killed in cartel attacks. The government detailed how special forces tracked El Mencho by following his girlfriend to a mountain compound near Tapalpa. When troops moved in, they came under heavy fire. El Mencho slipped into the woods but was later found wounded. He and 2 other bodyguards died in a helicopter while being flown to Morelia. Soldiers recovered rifles, rocket launchers, and grenades from the hideout.
Yesterday, they carried out the operations. They surrounded the area where he was located. There was a firefight. He and 4 of his guards escaped into a wooded area, and that is where the firefight ended, where he was injured and captured. Subsequent to that, as has been the history, whenever a high-level narco boss or don has been arrested or captured in the past, there's always these spikes of violence, these outbursts of violence by his supporters and followers. And so that's what we saw yesterday in the areas of Jalisco, Michoacan, Guadalajara, Tamaulipas, Puerto Vallarta, which is in Jalisco, Nayarit. And I also think they mentioned northern sections of Yucatan, as well as some areas in Quintana Roo. We haven't been able to confirm in Quintana Roo, but on the federal highway in Veracruz as well, there were some blockages and some vehicles that were burnt.
Earlier today, officials said calm was returning. No blockades, Sheinbaum announced, as thousands more deployed to Jalisco in anticipation of power struggles inside the cartel. U.S. intelligence helped identify El Mencho's location, but Mexican officials stressed the mission was planned and carried out by Mexico's armed forces. As the country waits to see what comes next, Defense Secretary Ricardo Trevilla urged confidence, quote, Mexico has solid institutions, trust your government, end quote. Meanwhile, Belize has issued travel advisory for Belizeans traveling through Mexico. Here's Ambassador Oscar Arnold with more information.
We have quite a few students who we've been in contact with since yesterday. We have quite a few students all over Mexico. And we've been reassuring them and letting them know that insofar as the official information that we have and also information that we gather from credible local media houses in these different states, that they should exercise some caution. They can attend school, go do their shopping, and go back home, but try to stay off the street because you never know if there would be any individuals who would want to take advantage and say, oh, well, we're in support and this is why we're retaliating. We haven't seen it in Merida and in Quintana Roo as such. Another media house reported that the Plaza of the Americas and Walmart and Sam's were closing down yesterday. I've been in contact with our honorary consuls in Merida, in Yucatan, in Quintana Roo, in Chetumal, and in Veracruz. And the information that I have is directly from them on the ground. And they're saying that everything is safe. Yes, you have to proceed with some precautions if you're traveling the federal highways in some of the areas where there is some narco activity.
A chilling double murder has shaken the quiet village of Unitedville. Police say Jerry Ingram and Miguel Vanegas were relaxing by a creek on Saturday when a gunman suddenly opened fire. Both were fatally wounded in the attack. The spot, secluded but well known to villagers, is a popular hangout. We've confirmed that Ingram is from Unitedville, while Vanegas lived in Belmopan. News 5's Paul Lopez is on the ground in Unitedville with what police know so far and how the community is reacting.
It is believed that Jerry Ingram and Miguel Vanegas were socializing along this creek when they were ambushed by a gunman and their life was cut short. We have been able to confirm that Ingram is actually from Unitedville, a short distance away from this creek side. Miguel Vanegas, on the other hand, she is from Belmopan. We spoke to one family member of Vanegas over the phone who indicated that she came along with Ingram on the creek because the day was hot and Belmopan experienced some power outage on Saturday for the entirety of Saturday, and she basically came with friends to cool off along this creek side. We haven't been able to determine the exact relation between Ingram and Vanegas. It's something that we'll do throughout the course of the day when we speak to family members of both victims. We also haven't been able to, and we're working on determining a motive of this double homicide that has rocked this community. Reporting from Unitedville for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
A family on Arlington Drive is grieving after a deadly stabbing claimed the life of 43-year-old Marlon Tiny Usher. Police say Usher was hanging out at his usual spot on Doris Brooks Crescent Sunday night when a man he knew walked up and attacked him. Neighbors say the violence grew out of an argument 2 nights earlier after the attacker accused Usher of talking to his girlfriend. What many thought was a settled dispute exploded into a jealous rage. Usher was stabbed several times and died right there in the yard. His mother, still recovering from a stroke, is facing the heartbreaking reality of burying the son who helped care for her and kept the household running. We begin with the latest on the investigation and how the community is responding to this tragic loss.
I got you laugh, although you beg sometime with her, although I beg sometime with her and I do real up in her, for left flow in there, woman, to find oneself one good girl when want you and you want her. And I never done tell her make her then separate. And I tell the girl too, I tell her, left alone my son because I leave boy want kill my son because I leave boy that want murderer. I know the person good, the person grow with them. With my children, then a person grow with them, come up with them. And that person I could call his name because that kill my son. But one thing I got to tell me, he was doing his own traps. He go in his own traps, we not doing nothing. He go and mess with the wrong person, and that one will happen. Because when you do bad, bad follow you.
That's a wrap for the news at noon. But don't worry, there's plenty more coming your way at 6 p.m. We'll dive deeper into these stories and more. In the meantime, visit greaterbelize.com and follow us on Facebook for real-time updates. And don't miss Open Your Eyes tomorrow morning for fresh takes on today's headlines. Thanks for tuning in, Belize. Stay informed, stay inspired, and have a fantastic afternoon.